everybody, it's Tracy. How you going? And we are doing 31 Days of Tarot with Ethany's Challenge, and I'll leave her links down below if you want to join in or do it yourself at another time. That's really, really cool. You can do it through Instagram or YouTube, or you can just do it at your own leisure. Okay, we're up to day 22. So share the card that was the hardest for you when you were first learning tarot. So I'm just going to give you a little update. I am still quite new to tarot, so I don't have all the answers. Not saying that I would have all the answers anyway, but the hardest one for me, I just had it. Oh, here it is. That is weird. That's weird. Okay, is the Eight of Swords. I found it really hard to understand. It was frustrating for me. I think probably because I can relate to this card. That's probably what it's telling me. Yeah, I found it frustrating. But I guess what I've learned is that sometimes it just takes time for you to, I mean, she's quite alone there. She's way, way, way away from where she's supposed to be. But understanding that the Eight of Swords, you know, it's a lot of mind stuff. So, you know, you're pretty much doing it to yourself, aren't you? Yeah, I'm still struggling with it. Because, I mean, she's blindfolded, she's being tied up, she's surrounded by these swords, and these swords are her. But there's hope. Like, in the sky out there, there's a bird. To me, that would resemble some sort of hope. And obviously, oh my goodness, I just realised that this other deck that I just got, right, it's the Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards that I've been working through. So each day I'm just going through that card and sort of just another way of connecting with it. But it's the same card. It's the Eight of Air. Wow. And it says, and on that one it says the illusion of being trapped. So I guess that pretty sums it up, really. And the bird sort of represents the fact that there's another perspective. And obviously she moves on to the Nine of Swords after that. So yes, it's still something that I'm getting to grips with. Okay, let's do day 23. Share a tarot deck that you had to break up with. I did there's actually two. There was the Spirit Cats deck, which it's beautiful art. I absolutely love the art. I think I've got it here somewhere. I mean, here is an artist. It's the sweetest little thing. This is the card that I got that came with it. So this isn't actually one of the cards in the deck, but her artwork is just so precious. Anyway, I didn't, you know, I sort of sat with it for a while, but I couldn't really connect with it. I don't think it was enough for me. And I think that's sort of what's important too with tarot, that I think as you start to get to know yourself more, there are these depths to you, obviously. But superficially, I was really attracted to the art, but unfortunately I just decided I can't work with it anymore, so I passed it on. The next deck was a Kickstarter. So I backed this deck in 2016, and I wasn't going to receive it till, was it March last year? So it was a long time coming, and I'd been watching this person's work, you know, on Instagram, and, you know, the updates that you get from Kickstarter and saying, you know, this is what's happening now, blah, 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 blah. It was really cool. It was a really inspiring way of getting your art out there, and, you know, and supporting these artists as well. It was something I hadn't had, so it was the Dark Days Tarot, and this is one of the this is a postcard, but this is one of the cards that's in the deck. So this is the Ace of Cups. Oh, sorry, it's the Queen of Cups. I love the imagery. Don't get me wrong, the imagery is stunning. Stunning. She's a very talented artist. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just me not connecting with it. I didn't like the cardstock. The cardstock was too thin, and just some of the ways that you had to work with it. You had to work with certain directions. You know, when you're shuffling the cards, the card might turn to the north or to the west or something like that. And I think at the stage in my journey, being very new, I think it was just out of my capabilities. I tried to connect with it, and I thoroughly enjoyed the images, and I sort of felt like some of the details of the art was lost, like it could have been done on a bigger area. Yeah, I just felt that the details, there could have been a lot more of a bigger image, which, yeah, I love the images. It was stunning. But yeah, so question 24, we're just going to ramble right along to question 24. If you could design a 79th tarot card, what would it be and what would it represent? So I put down, if there's any Doctor Who fans out there, this might be right up your alley. Or Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, Doctor Who, oh, they're both doctors, okay, is totally my vibe. So there's a bit of time travel involved with this card, but it's type of a universe. So if you can imagine a universe, so I've just written down my notes on here, and there would be a guide, like the Doctor, and preferably David Tennant. And I would be his companion, obviously. And so what that represents is there's other realms that you can travel to. There's other dimensions. There's other beings that you can connect with, not just on this earthly plane, but in this universal plane. However many universes there are, multi-dimensions, multiverses, and yeah, so yeah, I sort of put some notes that sort of said it might sound like the Lover's card, but it's not. I mean, I don't know, but that's sort of my imagery that I thought would be pretty cool if you could, you know, you've got the card, and there's the TARDIS in the universe, and he opens up the door and says, "Come with me, Tracy." Okay, I'm going. See you later. Okay, so that was questions 21, 22, 23, and 24. And I'll leave it there, lovely people, and I will see you next time.